Hey, welcome back to the podcast. So, something really embarrassing happened to me recently, and I thought I would let you guys know what it was. So, I mentioned this before, but no one ever really knows. Whenever I talk, it's not like I can say, "Oh, I mentioned this before," because only people only listen to like one episode, like here and there of this podcast because it's not that important and I only have 9 followers. But anyways, I'm still gonna say this. I was trying to eat better. I was trying to eat healthier and trying to lose weight. And so what does that mean? Well, that means that I was not going to fast food as much as I was before. So, but, you know, but you know, good habits, die hard. That's what they say, I guess. And so I end up going back to a McDonald's near my house. And so I'm going through, I get up to the speaker. Would you like to use your mobile app? Yeah, I'm going to use that. And I have a code. Okay, what's the code? 1742. Okay. So I order, I don't remember what I ordered, a McDouble and a Coke probably. And I go through the first window and I'm like, I already recognized the lady's voice when she asked me what I wanted to order and everything. And I was like, oh man, I really hope she doesn't like recognize me. And soon as she saw me, she goes, hey, how you been? And I'm just like, "Grr!" Like, I was just like, gosh, not outwardly, but inwardly. And then, but outwardly, I just said, oh, I've been doing good, been doing well. And she's like, how's your diet going? And I just almost lost it because she's like, oh, well, usually when people stop coming, they're trying to eat healthy. And I'm like, oh, is that how it is? Is that how it goes? McDonald's, McDonald's delivery person. And I was like, oh yeah, I'm just back here again. And I was like, all right, well, anyways, how you doing? And she goes, I'm doing good. It's almost 9, so I'm almost out of here. I'm like, oh, that's always good. All right, take it easy. And I moved on through to the second window. And just like that, I forgot about that embarrassment. Of course I didn't. And so I go to the second window. So here's the thing. It's kind of funny how like our mind works, honestly. Like I was embarrassed about my interaction with the first window lady. But when I get to the second window, the lady hands the food to me and her head is literally just turned back the other way. And she goes, here. And then she goes, hey girl, when I get home, I'm about to go do this and do that. And I was like, have a good day. Can I get my receipt? I was trying to like get her attention, like whatever happened to customer service? Like whatever happened to customer service? She didn't even hardly look at me. And then I started getting bothered and I waited there like, I'm going to get her attention somehow. And I never did, but I went ahead. I didn't wait there that long, to be honest. And I just grabbed the food and I ate the food. But what has happened to customer service? Seriously. I went to a gas station recently and I bought a Coke and a small bag of chips. Cheddar Ruffles. Yeah, you can't go wrong with those if you know what I mean. And I'm pretty sure the cost was like $4.25. No, $4.27. And I can't remember the exact. And all I know is the guy goes, "Oh, here's your change." And it was supposed to be like 37 cents. And he goes, "Here's 30 cents." Like a nickel and a quarter. And I'm like, I know that's not right. I know that is not the right change. And I looked at the receipt. I'm like, yeah, the guy still owes me 3 pennies, man. He owes me like 2 or 3 pennies. And I kind of paused there for a second. I thought about a conversation I had with a friend who also tells me similar stories about when he goes to pay something, and they owed him like 70 cents, 80 cents. I think it was like 80 cents, and they gave this guy 8 dimes, and he was like, no, and he's like, let me educate you on this. When you get your goal here at your job is to give back the least amount of coins, not the most. And he's like, I'm sure, oh, let me just think. I could see a 10, so a dime. Let me just give this guy 8 dimes. And, but anyways, I don't even know what I'm talking about, bruh. Oh, bro. What am I talking about? No, but so, and I mean, I pause. All this happens. Sometimes things happen and they seem like they last really long, like the actual incident, and but I just was like, you know what? Who cares? You know what? I'm just going to take my soda and my chips and, whatever. I'm out of here. What am I going to go back in there and ask the guy for 3 pennies? I mean, what is this? Tell me, what is the reason for this? But yeah, so, it's just funny, honestly, I talked about this earlier in the episode, but like our brains, like I know for me, sometimes certain things I'll go through like embarrassing situations. To me, they're embarrassing, like a couple other things happened recently. Like, I met up with a couple friends for lunch, and one of my friends, he got there first, I got there second, and the other guy got there third. That's kind of how it works when you count. But so the first guy was like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the bar area. One of my homies works in the bar, So I was like, okay. So I go there and he's talking, and he introduces me to the guy, and he goes, "Hey, yeah, this is my boy Chuck, And so I went to go like dab him up, but like I just went to like the basic handshake, and he kind of looked at me like, interesting, and maybe he didn't even look at me, maybe it was all just in my head, and but yeah, like I couldn't do like the whole dab me up, playa, dab me up, and I just went to like the generic kind of handshake, but it's like, and then in my mind, like I'm still thinking about it, like, how come you couldn't just dab him up, man? Anyways, yeah, so that happened. Yeah, that happened. And then in that same lunch, it was me and 2 guys. I'm not gonna say their names, but one guy, he says to the other guy, he acknowledges his girlfriend, and like he says her name, and I'm like, wait, how do you know her name? Like, how could you know? And I don't know. And then I start thinking, man, I need to ask more questions. Like, oh man, how's your family? How's your girlfriend? How's your job? How's the kids? And like engage more. You know what I mean? Anyways, this is pointless. This is absolutely pointless. What is the point? I sent one of my links. I had been asking one of my really, really good friends. Actually, I'm going to send this one to him. And I'm like, hey, man, check out my podcast. When you get a chance, check out my podcast. Honestly, whenever I made like videos on my YouTube or even this podcast, and I send this or I share it, it's so... Like, I'm not like a salesman type of guy anyway. So it just feels so awkward. Like, hey, listen to this thing that I did. If you want to, your time's precious, right? Your time and your hours, listen to this thing that I created. And of course you're going to laugh. And, it just sounds so... I mean, do you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, Is it like selfish or like is it arrogant of me? Oh, you like podcasts? Oh, well, I got one for you. This is gonna knock your socks off, playa. But no, I got 9 followers. So what's the point? But hey, I gotta get views and plays and streams and downloads somehow. You know, but yeah. So back to what I was saying. So I asked my friend, really good friend, like my podcast. Don't forget, And I'm like, oh, you got the long commute now, and you're gonna drive home. You got some time. And so finally he listened to it. Oh, and I also told him, I was like, I'm not gonna be able to handle it. Like, if you don't like it, I won't be able to handle it. Like, if it's not funny, so just lie to me. I just told him, just lie. Like, if you don't like it, and so yeah, he goes. So then, like, 2 days go by, and then he finally sends me a text today, and he goes, "Oh, I listened to one." That's all he said, and I was like, "Oh, wow! It only took you about 6 months." So then his next question was, "So what are you trying to do with this podcast?" Give me a break. What are you trying to do with this podcast? What a question. That basically means, what he's saying is, what in the world are you even trying to accomplish with this podcast? And it's like, if you have to ask, then obviously you don't know, and which means it wasn't funny. But I told him, I'm like, well, man, you gotta like listen to more. You can't just start asking me questions like after one episode. No, I didn't say that. I actually just told him, I said, I want to get better at speaking. I want to try to like tell funny stories, to bring humor into the world. And I want to talk about things that I'm interested in. Which is what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do. That's what I'm trying to do here. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm doing. I'm not even trying. That's what I'm doing. You see, the problem is you guys just don't, some of you people just don't understand humor. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not, man, what am I talking about? I don't know. Man, I've been sitting down trying to write these jokes, and man, it's one of the hardest things to do. And you got these guys and this guy, and I'm just like, what am I doing? But I'm still going to keep trying. And I know I mentioned that before, so if this sounds familiar, I apologize. All right now. I think that's about it. I mean, we're at 13 minutes and 29 seconds. So I don't know. What's the point, right? What is the point? Actually, I'm not going to finish here. I have thought about this because I have mentioned how I want to do stand-up. I want to get on stage. I do enjoy making people laugh. Like, I do. But then the question is there like some selfish motive here? Like, oh, do I just want to feel like, oh, look what I achieved, But then there is this thing, like, there's a legitimate thing in the world where it's like, man, I do believe that people need to laugh. People need to find some humor or joy or something to make them, laugh, because everyone knows laughter is the best medicine. That's what they say. I don't know who they are, but that's what they say. And, but yeah, and yes, I do want to become a better speaker. I want to make sure I don't say, you know what I'm saying? And I want to make sure that I'm not just like, obviously I'm not going to be perfect, right? Because this isn't like a movie or sitcom where they don't actually stutter. Everything they say is perfectly clear, and they don't say, and they don't go like, say that again. They don't do stuff like that. But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do. And what I think I need to do is I just need to find the right people. I have a couple people who are like, oh man, you killing me, player, on that podcast. And I'm just like, okay, so one of my friends was like, man, I'm just be dying laughing and everything. And I'm like, okay, so now I just need to find like a million other people who are just like you. And then I need to meet them, become friends with them, and then send them a text with the link. Maybe that's not how it's going to go. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you have a great day and enjoy your weekend. I'm out of here.